Hello and welcome to the Stock Planner channel. Today I'm going to talk about goals and your trading system and whether once you set a goal, can you actually achieve it based on how you're trading, what you're trading, and your strategy. So I want to jump right in, but before we do, this is an education channel and you're supposed to do your own due diligence and come up with your own trading system and your own way of doing things. Watch lots of YouTube video. There's lots of good quality ones out there on developing your own strategy that you know, that you're trading stocks that you love, and that you're doing the right things with a good risk management plan. In other words, learn it yourself, do your own due diligence, be responsible. Now let's get started. In order to have a profitable trading system, you need to have good stocks that you know. And this goes for swing traders, which we are. And swing trading, we know, is mostly at least 70%, 75% technical, which you look at the charts and probabilities and Bollinger Bands and things like that to decide whether to enter a system. But it's also fundamental. When does the stock report earnings? What's happening in the market? Is it a good company? What is their situation? Do you know even what you're trading? What do they make? So you need to have a list of stocks that you know and love that trade well with your strategy. Then you must have a simple strategy. And I'm using what everybody else is using, the RSI and the MACD, along with the stochastic RSI. And the simple strategy that I like to use is I can use any one of them, and I produce signals out and put them on Discord. They're free. But also, I like when they all occur together. And currently, there's a challenge out there that does this. It's called the 3 indicator strategy that puts it all together. And I'll show you a little while later how to get that and briefly how to use it. And then we need to have a good risk reward system where we're winning more than we're losing. And this is better than a 2-for-1. I use this a lot, and also use 12 and 20, and I use 12 and 8. Now to set out your strategy and you need a roadmap on how to get there. If you have $10,000 and you want to make $1 million by next month, that's just not going to be possible. Although if you look at all the ads that are out there on the internet, being able to achieve $1,000 a month on a $100 account, it's just unbelievable. But I do think over a 5-year period of time, starting out with $10,000 and going to $50,000 is very much achievable at 1% per month. And that's 3% per quarter, and that's about 12% per year. That's better than the bank. And you can do this quite easily and still have a job. A little more loftier goal, and this is what Warren does. He does anywhere from 20 to 24% per year, which is about 2% per month. You can take that $10,000 and turn it into $78,000. And finally, if you want to try to achieve $100,000, from $10,000 to $100,000 in 5 years, you need to achieve at least 2.5%. And this on top of putting $100 a week. Each one of these is dependent on putting $100 a week additional funds into your account to get this. $400 a month. So you have to do some work to get to your goal. I don't believe it's possible to take a $10,000 account and turn it to $100,000 in 5 years without adding some extra capital. Let's take a look at that. Let's say your goal is to take a $10,000 account and turn it into a $100,000 account in 5 years or 60 months. 5 years equals 60 months. And you're going to do 3% a quarter, which is 1% per month. And you're going to add $100 a week to your account. Can you reach $100,000 in 5 years? Doing a calculation. And by the way, this is a free tool. Calculator.net. There's lots of calculators out there. And there it is. I always double check 1% of interest per month or $10,000 is $100. Coming down here, this is what you end up with, around 50 grand. That's half of what you need. Let's do 2%, which is what Warren Buffett does approximately. He does anywhere from 20 to 24% annually, about 2% per month. And we'll do a calculation, see if we can get there doing what Warren does. This time, it's nearly 80,000. That's 24% APR. And 3% would be 36. It's going to be hard to do. Let's see what 2.5 does. 2.5 does it. $98,000. So if you can achieve 2.5% and put $100 a week away for the next 5 years, you will have $100,000. And if you had $100,000 and can still continue that 2.3%, 2.5% is what you could be making on that bank every month in interest, $2,400 a month. And that's better than Social Security. So we got a problem. We got to figure out a strategy that can achieve 2% to 2.5% per month. Is it possible? Well, if you're a day trader and believe the hype, you could do this every single day. But I'm a swing trader, taking it a little bit slower. I like to go fishing and hunting, and not hunting for animals, but hunting for antiques and other things. So if you want to achieve your $100,000 in 5 years, you're going to have to set your mind to it and get started. If you're starting out with $10,000 and you want to add $100 a week or $400 a month to it, what's it going to take to reach this $100,000 mark? At 1%, you'll make $50,000. That's a respectable goal. That's 3% a quarter. It's doable. You can do it while you're working. 2% a month is what Warren Buffett does. He seems to do it pretty easily, but most of us do not have the luxury of $100 billion to fall back on. Families, 2% is difficult. That's about 6% per quarter, 2% a month. Doing that, you'd only get about $80,000. But if you want to reach the $100,000 goal, you have to have a system or strategy that produces 2.5%. 2.5%. Let's see if we can find a strategy that does that. Also, our strategy must produce a win rate that's pretty good. 40% or better is what I'm shooting for. In other words, I can win 40% of the time and lose 60% of the time, or out of 10 trades, I lose 6 of them and win 4 and still be profitable. So I need to have a risk reward or set my stops and losses at least a 2.1%. In other words, if I will lose something, I'm only losing half of what I can win. In other words, when I win double what I lose. And then I could have a 40% system and still be profitable. 2-for-1 risk-reward ratio. And the strategy I'm using doesn't quite have that, but it's pretty close. This is what you're trying to achieve, 2-for-1. And if you had a 5-for-1, you'd still be profitable at 20%. You'd win very few trades. When you win big. For every trader, to have a profitable trading system, you have to have some good stocks, a watch list. You have to have a simple strategy. I'm going to just show you quickly my simple strategy, which is RSI and MACD based with the stochastic RSI trigger, and a profit target or good risk reward of 20% when you win and 8% when you lose. That's a 2-to-1, but you very seldom reach this because I cut the trade off after 45 trading days or 60 bars. And that's because I trade options. And the sweet spot is around 45 calendar days to 60 calendar days. Let me show you briefly the profitable trading system that I'm using to try to get that 3% or 1% per month, or possibly this one. Looking at Disney on the daily time frame and looking at the MACD, that's that first one. A lot of people trade with that. And when the MACD is below the 0 line, and it is slightly here, and here, and here, that's when I look for long trades. So I use the MACD just as a sign or signal to look for a long trade. But you could trade with it, of crossovers. And here is one, and here is one. And that would have produced that and that. The next one is the stochastic RSI. And when it comes below the 20, we're looking for just long trades now, and crosses back around, that is when you can take a single. And it happened here, here, and here, and it's also happening here. Is it going up? Disney going up? It went up here, it went up there, it went up there, and eventually went up stochastics. You get a lot more signals with stochastic. And my favorite is the RSI, and my settings are in the description below. And how to set this up, and TradingView is free. Most of the things you see here are free. And when the RSI goes below the 30 and comes back around, that's when we can take a single. And I put arrows there. And maybe it is here Maybe it did there. And when all three occur, that's when I like to take a trade. This is all three occurring. The MACD is below the zero. Stochastic came around, and the RSI came around, all within 2 or 3 bars of each other. That's when I like to take a trade, and that would have been a nice one. This has occurred too, and that would have been a little pain there, and then eventually, but then if you didn't get out, you had to manage this one, and this one's a good one. You didn't take this one because the MACD is above the zero, and you would take that one. Nice run, and you got the same condition here, but the MACD is not. That's my strategy. I like the MACD, the stochastic RSI, and the RSI all occurring within 3 or 4 bars of each other, and then take a signal. That's the 3-bar indicator, 3-indicator strategy, and that's the one I'm using. And this one is also free on our Discord chat. Let me show you. Going to Discord chat and looking at the 3-indicator strategy, you get all the trade signals from July 1st to today. And today we're starting our challenge to try to earn 3% per quarter. And yesterday we had the BCO buy, and because we only had $10,000, we ignored further adding into Rio, which has been profitable, and CVBF. And according to this, you didn't enter in BCO as well because you didn't have enough money. We can still take those trades. Looking at the trade list, you see the Rio is the last one we opened, and you can see that all of those that we have open, except XLP, which is losing about 1%, are profitable. So I hope you consider following along on our Discord with this 3-indicator strategy. But I want to get back to what I'm really want to know is, will this system produce the desired results of trying to get me to anywhere from $50,000 to $100,000 in 5 years? And this system, there's your initial capital. We've now, remember, it's back tested since July 1st, which is about 8 months. We see the net profit percentage is 30%, and the annual return percentage is 51. You could take this net profit percentage and divide it by 8. It's 3.75. That's 4. Let's just say 3.5, and we're trying to get 2.5. So this system does produce the desired results on a monthly basis. And if you believe this annual return, that is terrific. The win rate is 67%, and your loss rate is 33%. So our win rate is satisfactory, better than 40%. And the average bars held are 27 bars. Sorry about the alerts, I'm trading while I'm doing this video. There's only so much time in a day. 27 bars is about 37 days, and that fits with my strategy of options. So this strategy should produce desired results. And there's the watch list that I'm using to trade my strategy. So we can see the backtest results of that strategy from July 1st is producing about 3.5%. Should be able to achieve this goal. This is a more realistic goal, and I think this is what everybody should shoot for. You're going to have some losers, but our win rate is in this area here, and we should be profitable even with a 1-for-1 system. So the settings I use for that strategy, the 3-indicator strategy, but it works just as good with 1 indicator, because you've seen they mostly produce the same results. All 3 produce the same results about the same time. $10,000 initial deposit. Each trade is about $1,200. So I'm risking a little bit. The indicators are using are MACD, stochastic RSI, and the RSI. Our stop loss is 8%, and the target is 12%. But sometimes, for some strategies, I use 20% and 12. 20% and 12. And that's because I don't want to get too many trades. So set your stop loss to either one of these, or either one of these for stop loss, and either one of these for your profit target. Of course, you can take profit at 5% and 2%, but you're going to get stopped out a lot and do a lot more trades. Your win rate will go up, but it's a matter of how much you get at the end of the day. And the trades will last about 40 days, 5 days max, because that's how I trade options. And this strategy here is when I'm having a winning trade, I'll add some more to it. So I hope you join my Discord chat. I hope you follow along with the challenge of trying to get 3% per quarter? It's not that easy. I hope your strategy, you pick some good stocks. I hope you share those good stocks with me so I know about them. Come up with a simple strategy. It could be anything. And you should have a good risk reward. 20% win and 8% loss. The point is just pick a good profit target and stop loss better than 2 to 1. Well, I hope you're having fun. Please like and subscribe to this video, and we'll catch you on the flip.